Anakin, you can't just cut the puzzle in half. It's culturally significant. Well,
so is my lightsaber. It's fine. You do better.
I actually think my Anakin is better than my Obi-Wan.
Go for it.
Well, so is my lightsaber. Think of it as a cultural exchange. I don't know.
But what are we doing now?
Sorry?
What are we doing now?
I'm trying to find my cursor currently. My cursor's disappeared. My cursor's gone
Your DS
invisible.
cursor that you're using?
Sorry?
Your DS
Oh, yeah,
cursor
sorry,
that
the stylus that I'm using, yes. Wait,
Yeah,
I don't have to
yeah.
use the touchscreen. I can just do it with this. Holy shit, this is a revelation.
That's what you were doing.
What?
I thought that's what you were doing.
No, I was using the touchscreen this whole time. Yeah, no, my touchscreen has fully... Wow, this is weird. Sorry, just having a weird cursor moment. Anyway, it's fine. Unless I need to use the touchscreen, it's not a problem. Should we talk to the children, or... I'm not seeing any hit coins, still. For some god-awful reason.
Yeah. They're like, you'll get better at this game, we believe in you, you don't need any hints.
As if they know how many hints I need. Which is an immense amount. Okay, let's talk to these children.
Dang.
I haven't seen you two around here before. Do you know where you're standing?
Well, I might be wrong, but I think we're in Labyrinthia.
That's not what I mean. You tell him, Cecil.
Me? Well, it's just that this is our territory, you see?
Your territory?
That's right.
You two just...
I don't know which one it is.
Let's say it together.
I wish they distinguished.
That's right. You two just went and walked right into our territory.
Oh, I get it. You mean we walked into the area you always play in, right? Sorry, we didn't realize. Do you mind if we join you here for a while?
You heard him. What do you think?
I guess it'd be alright. The more the merrier, I say. I think this is you.
I cannot tell which one of them it is.
Fine. Here's what we'll do. If you can solve this puzzle, then you can stick around.
It's our initiation test. We'll just, like, go back and forth with them.
Sure, yeah. It works for me. Alright. You have to prove to the
Thank God.
prove to the children that you should play with them.
There are 4 dolls atop a music box. Each doll is facing in a different direction. Touching the buttons on the touchscreen will turn 2 of the dolls 90 degrees. Rotate the dolls so they always face forward. Okay, hang on. I need to try and find my cursor again. Okay, there it is. Okay, it's back. Sorry, my touchscreen.
Okay, sure.
You cannot press the same button twice in a row. Okay.
Ah.
Touching buttons on the
Well,
screen.
theoretically, you should only need to press them.
Yeah, touch buttons. Rotate the dolls so that they all face forward. Each of the 4 buttons moves a different pair of dolls. Press the buttons and move the dolls so that they are all facing forward.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, let's find out what... Okay, that one turns these 2. That turns these 2. That turns these 2. And that turns these 2. Okay. So I'm gonna make it work. Whee!
I think you got it. Yeah.
Wait, which one do I press now? Is it the...
Which one did you press just before this?
Fuck me. I think it was the yellow one.
It's for the green and white. I think it was...
You think it was blue? It's either blue or yellow.
Wait, okay, so that was that one. Wait, is it? It was yellow then, wasn't it? Or just press one of them.
Fuck! I chose the wrong one. Fuck, what'd I do?
You gotta go all the way around again. It was red, by the way, I think. No, it was yellow. Okay, yeah, it was yellow.
Oh damn! You got the screen.
Wow.
You can do it too, Professor.
Yes, you can, Luke. Just not as good as me. Always remember that you are inferior to me, Luke.
Okay, Professor. Hey, you're pretty good. That was a piece of cake. After all, solving puzzles is my specialty.
Yeah, me too. It only take me 10 seconds to solve a puzzle like that.
Really? I didn't know you solved puzzles.
You just keep out of this. Nobody asked you.
Anyway, you're now an official member as promised.
From now on, you're number 2.
Number 2? Yep, I'm number 1.
You should feel proud. As number 2, you can walk around the town freely.
Not only that, but I'll let you in on a secret.
If you check those green flags over there, you'll find something I hid there.
Okay, thanks. Somehow, I get the feeling that even if I hadn't become number 2, I could have walked around the town freely.
Great. Claire, I need your Luke Skywalker impression.
I don't even know what Luke sounds like. Give me...
Yes, ink coins. Sorry. Say, I gotta go pick up power converters from Tashi Station.
Literally can't even imagine what Mark Hamill sounds like right now.
Power converters at Tashi Station. We both immediately went there. That's so funny.
My brain's just going to Obi-Wan.
Sorry?
My brain's just going to Obi-Wan, which is not
Here's my impression of Luke, and maybe you can help with this. I need to go pick up power converters from Tashi Station.
Okay. I don't even know.
I don't have a good Luke, so
I'm sorry.
all right, it's fine.
I'll
guess
say
we
the
can't.
line.
I need to
won't
go
be
pick
able
up
to do
power
Luke as
converters
Luke.
from Tashi Station.
I don't know.
I think you did your Luke Professor Layton's assistant voice there.
I need to go pick up power converters at Tashi Station. Professor, I need to go to Tashi Station.
Yes, I imagine you would. You Catholic. Just making Layton really, like, aggressively Protestant also, just to keep with the English thing. And the fact that you've made Luke Irish. He's just now is gonna just constantly be, like, insulting Catholics.
Luke Skywalker voice is really just such archetypical late 70s teen protagonist voice to me.
I will say, that's the line they told Mark Hamill to ham up super hard so his annoying teenager hero arc would be larger feeling development. Yeah. I guess he's 20 in A New Hope. Yeah, but he's like a teen.
20.
But the character's 18.
Yeah.
Isn't he? I think the
I don't know.
character's 18. I think that's like a true fact about that movie. Okay.
Where are we going?
Well, there's no more hidden puzzles here, and there's no and
You
we
got
got
all
all
the
the
hidden
hint coins.
coins.
The character is 20. Is he? I thought it was 18 BBY when, or not 18 BBY obviously. I thought that he was born at 18. Oh, I thought he was born at 18 BBY. Huh. Interesting.
Damn, fake fan.
I just know that I just remember that him and Leia obviously born the same day, but they were born like 4 days different from Ezra. Where's my hit coins?
I'm pretty sure you hovered like over 2 of them. 3 of
Great.
them.
You're wrong. 19 BBY. Okay, he's 19. We were both wrong, and that's friendship. Is both of us being wrong.
Statue in the sign, no?
The statue is not a hint coin, And the sign is
Oh,
not a hit
right.
coin.
Sorry, I forgot that it sparkles.
Wait, did this sparkle? It
What was
does,
the
yeah.
statue?
So it's the fountain, not the statue.
Fountain statue. It's the stouchin. A cat.
So true. Did you refuse to say the rest of the line there? Or?
That's all we needed. What more did you need? A cat. Wind.
So true. Come on, give me that other hit coin. Come on.
Air. Water. Air.
Earth, fire.
Everything changed when Professor Layton solved a puzzle.
Causing imperialism in Labyrinthia. Well, you know, maybe we'll talk to these people and then I'll figure out the hit coin. Who should we click on? I want to click on Hello.
Sure.
I'm so excited. Ho hum ho he! I'm just so happy.
Why are you so happy?
Well, that should be obvious. Today I get to gaze upon Inquisitor Barnum in all his splendor.
Inquisitor Barnham? What's he like?
Are you serious? I can't believe there's a young boy who doesn't know all about Zach Barnum. He's so splendid and handsome and kind. He's just amazing.
I'm surprised anyone could be that wonderful.
Oh, you'll understand when you see him, Uwu. He'll be making his appearance soon over on North Parade Avenue. Ho hum ho he, I'm just so happy. I'll have to go now and see what I will see. She seems to have headed north.
She said North Parade Avenue, didn't she? Do you think some sort of event will be taking place there?
I can't say for certain, but wherever you look, the townspeople certainly do seem excited about something. It could be that some kind of special social event is being held today.
Sounds exciting. Let's hurry up and see what's going on.
I don't know what they were intending her voice to be, if not exactly what I did.
I think you were accurate.
It is a very detailed statue portraying a knight.
Right.
Oh, I accidentally pressed on him. Okay.
Oh, what have we here? A man and a lad, like two lost sheep. It makes me so mad, sad. Wow, are you singing at us? I did say that on purpose.
Ah, how fascinating. This man is clearly a minstrel. No. Why would you use that word? I mean, it's not wrong.
Cause he's English.
Yeah, they have a different understanding of what minstrel means.
Minstrel? That seems rather awful, Professor. They were around in the Middle Ages, weren't they?
Indeed. In the Middle Ages, minstrels were a kind of professional musician or poet. Although I do find it a little embarrassing to be referred to as a lost sheep.
Well, at least it's better than being called a lost little lamb, right, Professor?
I just hate sheep. I associate them with Ireland.
Little lost lambs, please have no fear. The bard, your shepherd, is standing right here. Labyrinthine town, so your ways be known. I shall give the lambs a map of their very own.
You're right, Luke. I did prefer sheep. I can almost think of them as being Welsh, which is closer to English. But it is most kind of this gentleman to provide us with a map of the town.
It is my pleasure. It is my delight. I am only doing what is right.
It is my pleasure. It is my delight. I am only doing what is right. Labyrinthia.
Thank you. This map will come in handy.
Claire, I think you missed a word.
Nope. The sheep are happy, the bard is pleased, but sadly that map is a bit of a tease. Oh, what do you mean? Actually, the map I just gave you is all in pieces. What?
It's puzzle time.
Fuck you!
Okay, map mishap.
When there's
Town
a
map
song
broken
lyrics
up into
in a
12
game,
separate pieces.
but no
touch
music
each
for them, I
piece.
always fall in the trap of. Oh, I see.
Lay out of the streets and how they connect. Sure, okay. Yeah, just build it.
Oh, sure.
Just make the map.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, that's not it.
One to the right. Yep,
What do you mean?
that's where it goes.
You think this is where... Oh, yeah, I see. I'm seeing. Yeah. So far, so good. Now what? No. Yeah, okay. This is not very labyrinthine at all. It's so true. Stop. Spoke loud. Okay. So far, so good. No, that's not it. I mean, these two do go together, but I don't think they go here. No? Okay, they can't go there either. So they must go...
Which means they go up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's it, right? Do you see any issues?
Looks right.
Yeah, this all looks right to me.
Yeah.
Honestly, much less labyrinthine than, like, a map of Vancouver.
Come what may, puzzles are
I just have trouble going round in a circle.
You're now fully equipped to explore Labyrinthia. Oh, mappy days.
I hated that pun. You did it. You fixed the map.
I assumed you wouldn't want to read that.
I didn't even see what it was.
It was minstrel.
Oh, great. Well done. Now I can continue with my bardly description of the town. Ahem! The sheep helped the shepherd, and now all is well. The bard, he can sing, of the town he can tell.
Please, think nothing of it. I'm just glad we have the map in one piece.
Now let me tell you about a proud town. The first thing you should know is that it is round.
So true.
Right is a baker selling bread for your meal. Left is a weaponsmith sharpening steel. In the north of the town, people gather and wait, and I must go soon before it's too late. There definitely seems to be something big going on in the north, Professor.
Yes, it would appear so, Luke. Let's make sure to have a look a little later.
He identifies as a bard.
He does. Wow, alright, lots of destinations. But we still haven't found the last coin here. So
Very important.
we can't leave until we find that.
Okay. So, did you like the bard? Did you enjoy the bard?
Oh, I found it. I got it.
Amazing.
Found it. Okay, now we can move.
Where are we going?
Where do you want to go?
Let's go get some weapons.
Cool. I figure we explore like maybe one more area and then we stop for the night.
Yeah, that sounds right.
All right, let's grab some weapons.
You didn't want to do that voice again.
Uh-huh.
I didn't think about that.
We were gonna have to do it eventually.
Yeah.
You can just take in the scenery while I do the real important stuff,
Mm-hmm.
which is finding the hint coins, not playing the game.
Oh,
Playing the game is unimportant. Finding the
I
hint
think
coins
you
is important.
just went over one too, in the top right,
Top right?
like around that. It was like.
Oh
on
yeah,
the-
you're totally right.
Yeah.
There you go. Amazing. All right, let's talk to this guy.
This is definitely the best weapon shop. I could blow a month's pay in this place.
They make you pay for your own weapons? Or is this just like a guy
break
who
them
buys
often.
weapons for himself?
This sword, this axe, and this mace, and that new shield over there. What more could a knight like me ask for?
They all seem to be painstakingly crafted. But I can't help but wonder how a knight would be able to move with all this equipped. It's like pretty obvious, dude.
A soldier unable to wear this equipment is not fit to be called a knight. What's more, this amount of equipment is but the bare minimum required to effectively oust the wrongdoers. I will cut you now. Such a knave might come at me just like this.
Oh, it's puzzle time.
Professor, I know you said nothing about guns, but what about swords?
Don't worry, Luke. If you die in the book, you don't die in real life.
I don't think that's true, Professor.
Well, what do you know, little Catholic boy? I've noticed an occurrence so strange while on my night watch. I see 4 of my shadows being reflected by the light where there should be but one. What manner of witchery is this? Find my true shadow and fell this miserable curse.
Let's see. No, wait. Oh, I see what's happening.
No, C's
Okay.
delayed,
C's delayed, yeah.
so it's not C.
It's not D, it's not C.
Why is it not D? Oh yeah,
arm.
the arm's going down. Yeah, that's true.
I need to look at A and B once the pillar moves. What's the difference?
Oh, A, it's not A because A keeps doing the same, is not switching legs. I don't think. Wait, am I wrong? I think I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't think that's it. God. Well, now we wait until A and B go past the pillar.
I love when the pillar interrupts. It's like, oh, I love being delayed in playing the game. Why is B wrong?
Why is B wrong?
Like, I think it could be wrong, but I don't know why.
I don't know why I'm not seeing the difference.
They look the fucking same. I keep being like, is the shape of the weapons different in some way?
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
B
Wait,
doesn't cross.
yeah.
No, A and B are doing the same thing with their legs.
Hmm.
Is B
Oh,
like...
my god, it's B.
Why is it B?
Look at the mace on A.
Oh, you're totally right. It is B. Yep.
I was looking for movement. Yeah, that was silly of me.
Let's see if I've proven myself. Ah, the joy of solving puzzles.
So true, Prof. Layton.
Yeah, you had the wrong arm movement.
Yeah.
You saw right through that shadowy deception with consummate ease. Such powers of observation are outstanding. If you notice anything untoward, be sure to let me know immediately.
Certainly, we'd be pleased to help. Unfortunately, villains tend to be careful too.
Recently I'd heard many tales about badly behaved youths. Seems there are two in particular who are up to no good together. I intend to deal with them before any of the townsfolk fall foul of their misdeeds. So I must remain on my guard at all times, in case they suddenly appear. I'm allergic to children. He's definitely a nightly sort of knight. But these streets seem so peaceful. It's hard to imagine any villains around here. A shame.
Well, we must hope they apprehend those individuals soon. Let's offer our support too where we can.
No, you misunderstand, Professor. I love villains. Right you are, Professor.
I remember when
I'm
the
actually
kids said...
secretly the villain of this whole plot.
Oh, hello, sir. Hello, you were not here before. Oh, I have to be this one.
I think you have to be this one.
I say, sir, that's a delightfully elegant hat that you're wearing there. If you were willing to part with it, I would pay a fair price. I don't see any hats for sale on your shop front. Ho ho, you obviously don't frequent this part of town, do you? I'm Price, the pawnbroker. I deal with anything from heirlooms to hats. You can't beat Price when it comes to price. Ah, so you're a pawnbroker. I'm afraid I'm a little too attached to this hat to let it go. After all, it is the mark of a gentleman. Very well, I can see it's a treasured item, and rightly so. Never mind, then. But if you're not selling, then how about buying something?
I wonder if the money we have on us would pass as currency here.
What's that? You're currently short on funds? Then here's what I'll do. As today's a special day, I'll let you have a little something for free. That is, if you can solve this puzzle. Now, I'll bet
taxes.
This young man excels at puzzles like this one.
Huh? You mean to say you're even selling puzzles?
You're so right, Ree. Layton's even lost a scenario where Layton's hat gets lost by the criminal who's using it to maliciously solve puzzles.
Oh my god.
Absolutely.
Alright. Oh, this is gonna be a spot the difference, I think.
King was attacked. The attack has left him on the floor and unconscious. He's dead. People rush to the scene of the attack, preventing the suspect from making a clean escape. As a result, the culprit is still someone within the room. The question is who? Question those present and find the culprit. Remember that the assailant will attempt to lie his or her way out of trouble. This character on the touchscreen below to mark his or her testimony appear on the upper screen. Read which character has this play, work out who the culprit is. We're doing fucking Phoenix Wright shit in the Professor Layton section. When you think you have the correct answer, select the character by touching his or her icon, followed by submit. Okay, let's start with the princess. Okay.
Oh my, it could not have been the prince. I saw him in another room when we heard that terrible scream.
I most certainly heard the voice of a woman coming from this very room, but the villager and the princess had not yet arrived.
I hastened to His Majesty's side as fast as possible, but no one but the prince and myself were in the room.
the merchant and I arrived together, it is impossible for either of us to be the culprit.
I noticed a woman come in shortly after I had arrived. She certainly seemed to have taken her time getting here.
So villager and merchant
Which
are
one's wrong?
fine,
Yeah?
I think.
Merchant arrived. Okay. Heard that the villager and the princess had not yet arrived. That seems correct. Villager and the merchant? Yeah.
I think it's the
That corroborates
princess.
their story. And what is, no one but the prince and myself. Right, because then that means, oh, wait. Okay, yeah, and what's the
Unless it's the
saying?
knight.
As fast as possible. No one but the prince and myself. Oh my, it could not have been the
Sorry.
I saw him in another room when we heard that terrible scream. When we heard that terrible scream. You saw him in another room. So if he was...
She's
in
saying he
another
was in another
room.
room. The knight is
what's-
saying him and the prince were in
Right.
the room.
Right.
So these two contradicted themselves. The prince says,
Is agreeing with... Yeah.
coming from this very room.
So it's the princess. Wait. That means he wasn't there.
It means he
Which
wasn't
means
there.
when the knight shows up, the princess had to be there. Oh, wait.
It's
No,
one
that's
of
not what
these
he's
three.
saying. Wait, what's the knight saying again? Hasten
He's-
to his majesty's side as fast as possible, but no one but the prince and myself were in the room. No
So
one
what
but the
he
prince and
says,
myself
when
were.
he arrived, the prince was in the room with him. She
No one
says
else was in the room with him.
the prince was not in the room. He was in another room. The villager and the princess had not yet arrived. The prince also says he was in another room. I think that it's the knight who's lying.
No one but the prince and myself were in the room. Why?
Because he's saying that...
Yeah.
He's saying the prince was in the room with him. And the villager says, Merchant and I arrived together. It's impossible for either of us to be the culprit.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed a woman come in shortly after I had arrived.
Oh.
She certainly seemed to have taken her time getting here.
Oh. Wait. It could have... Wait. Merchant and villager arrived, but the merchant is saying that a woman arrived late.
So it either has to be the
Princess is
princess or the
saying-
villager who arrived after.
Oh my, could not have been the prince.
Sorry.
I saw him in another room when we heard that terrible scream. So, if she arrives after, that means the prince arrives after. Go to the prince. But the villager and the princess had not arrived yet. So that means that order doesn't work.
Why?
Because the prince is there before the villager and merchant, but the princess is saying she's with the prince, but the princess is the only possible person who showed up after the merchant. So there's a loop. Who agrees with each other? Or I guess, yeah. Who contradicts and who agrees?
The merchant says, I noticed a woman come in shortly after I arrived. Either that's the villager and she killed him. And she's
But
lying.
the merchant and her arrived together, which means those are...
The knight and prince
It-
might agree. Most certainly heard the voice of a woman coming from this very room, but the villager and the princess had not arrived yet.
Oh, the villager and the princess has not arrived yet. Oh. But the villager and the merchant came together, which means the merchant hadn't been there. Oh, which means the knight and the prince were the only ones in the room.
Yes.
So that means the prince and the knight are telling the truth. So it's princess, villager, or merchant.
No, but wait, why are they telling the truth?
Because the villager and the princess had not arrived yet.
But how would he have heard the voice of a woman coming from this very room if the villager and princess had not arrived?
The villager and the princess had not arrived yet. I don't know, but like, in terms of, well, I mean, they leave and they come back. But like, think about the order of who shows up, right?
Right. The Prince of the Night show up first. I think that's like undeniable.
Right. And then villager and merchant come together.
And then princess shows up after.
I saw him in another room when we heard that terrible scream. That might be true, because if the princess did it, saw him in another room when we heard that terrible scream. So the merchant is saying that the merchant saw the villager was with the merchant.
I feel like my brain's fucking
So, okay.
crazy.
So, go through each one.
I think it's the knight.
And opposite. Why?
I think it's the knight because here's the timeline that works, okay? The timeline that works. Is it the prince or the knight? Here's the timeline that works.
Just like flip the statement. Like, turn it into a negative.
The villager...
Yeah. Exactly. If the culprit is lying, then the princess can't be the culprit because she's exonerating everyone. Or exonerating someone else.
So, she's being honest. And saying it could not have been the prince. But the knight could be lying.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Hasten to my mind, no one but the prince and myself in the room. So, and the prince says... That means not only the prince and him were in the room. We also know the prince isn't lying.
Do we know he's not lying?
But the village and the princess had not arrived yet. But the villager and the princess had not arrived yet. So if the villager and the princess had arrived, that means the knight and the prince would not be the only ones. So if the prince is lying, then the knight is also lying. So therefore,
there's like, okay, the thing is only one of them can be lying, right?
Yes, exactly. Okay. That's why it's like if the prince is lying, the knight is also lying, which means it can't be the prince.
So the princess is saying it could not have been the prince, so it can't be the prince.
So if she's lying, then it could have been the prince.
Yes. If the prince is lying, it could have been the villager or the princess.
Well, no. If the prince is lying, then that means the villager and the princess had already arrived.
That's true. You think the villager might be lying? The merchant and I
had arrived together. So that means they didn't arrive together. I noticed a woman coming. So that means a woman did not come in shortly after.
Which would mean the princess or the villager. No one else's story corroborates the villager. That's true.
Well...
The prince says the villager and the princess had not yet arrived.
Mm-hmm.
Should we just pick a god? pick a choice?
No. This is a logic thing.
Okay. I feel like it's I'm having trouble with it.
Okay. So the prince can't be lying because if the prince is lying, the knight is lying. If the princess is lying, that means the prince could have done it, right? It could not have been the prince. I saw him in another room when we heard that terrible scream. So that means she didn't see him in another room. It could have been the prince. But then that would mean she is lying. So let's keep her on the table. But the prince, it can't be the prince. Because if it's the prince, everyone else is telling the truth. and the prince is saying the villager and the princess had not yet arrived, which means the villager and the princess had arrived. Which means then if the prince is lying, the knight is lying also. Because if the villager and the princess had already arrived, the knight and the prince would not be the only
We gotta
ones.
We gotta kill someone. in
Yeah,
the
I
chat.
got it.
Thank you.
Time to kill someone. And if the villager is lying, the merchant and I arrive together. So it couldn't be either of us. So it could be both of them because they didn't arrive together. I noticed a woman come in shortly after. That means a woman didn't come in shortly after. I certainly seem to. Okay, so if the merchant,
but it's true that as far as the prince and merchant corroborate each other.
well, you have to think about them individually, right? Because you have to you have to negate one statement at a time.
Sure, but the merchant's statement is consistent with the prince's statement.
Okay, so if the merchant is lying, does it line up with the prince? Or if the merchant is lying, does that mean the prince is lying?
Yes.
Why?
Not necessarily. The villager is the only one whose lie wouldn't mean someone else is lying.
Okay,
But-
if the merchant is lying, then who is lying?
I noticed a woman come in shortly after I arrived. There was a woman already here.
What? Well, who says that?
Because that would if he's lying, it means I noticed a woman come in shortly after I had arrived. A
And
woman didn't come in.
who is
here
lying
after
if
he
he's lying?
arrived. If he's lying, the prince is lying.
Well, it could be the villager or the princess, Ree.
But here's the
it
thing.
can't be the villa.
But if the villager, the prince is corroborating the villager story, though.
How so?
The villager and the princess had not yet arrived, right?
So if the
The prince and the
Okay.
knight were the only two in the room.
if the villager is lying, then who is lying?
Well, I guess the villager's statement, the merchant and I arrived together.
Which means they arrived apart.
I
They
think
don't
it is the
necessarily
villager who's lying.
contradict
I
each
do
other.
think it's the villager who's lying.
Okay.
I'm gonna click it.
See what you think of this. I could have sworn I had it.
Nope.
Yeah. Oop. Okay.
So the villager
can we go to
and the
knight?
merchant did arrive together, which means the princess arrived after.
That's it.
I guess not.
You have to negate one at a time.
But the villager is correct in saying it's impossible for her or the merchant to be the culprit.
So that means the merchant is not the culprit because we gained information. So the villager and the merchant are innocent. The prince is innocent. So it's the princess or the knight.
Why
then
would
if
the prince be
knight
innocent?
Because if the prince is guilty, then the knight is guilty.
Why?
Because if the villager and the princess had arrived already, then when the knight and prince arrived, they would not be alone. They were both lying then.
So then how does that make it the princess, though?
Well, it doesn't necessarily. It just means it's not the prince.
Sure. I guess the thing is like, the prince and the knight then are both agreeing that they were both in the room. So it has to be the princess.
So then, if the knight is lying, does that mean the prince is lying? Because if the prince is lying, it means the knight is lying. But if the knight is lying, does that mean the prince?
Okay, hang on. Let me say this. Okay. The prince. Okay, if the prince and is in the room. The villager and the merchant are not there. Because the villager and the merchant arrived together. If he's telling the truth, the villager had not yet arrived. The princess has also not yet arrived, which means, yes, he and the knight were the only two who were in the room, which means the princess is lying.
Sure.
This is my answer. I can't look the professor in the eye.
What the
So
fuck?
can we look at the knight now? This is what I was saying.
But that made
Let's
sense.
look at the knight. So, I hasten to his majesty's side as fast. No one but the prince and myself were in the room. So, if anyone else was in the room, does that make anyone else a liar?
No, well, yes, because the villager and the princess could not have arrived yet.
Okay.
Because the princess, and the villager and merchant are telling the truth. Ah. I think it's the knight.
Why?
Because the prince wasn't in the room. Because the princess said he was in another room.
Mm-hmm.
And the villager and the merchant arrived together.
Mm-hmm.
Which means the prince was not in the room. Only the knight was in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry. Leave this one to me.
I just want to say I should have gone with my gut. Should have gone with
You
my
could
gut.
have also gone one at a time.
Sure.
I like a logic puzzle.
Uh-huh.
I enjoy them.
I like a logic puzzle. I should have stuck with my gut that it was the knight.
Okay.
Just as I thought, a bright young man.
I don't know about that. I pride myself on my puzzle-solving skills. I just need 3 out of 5 tries.
Then your future is assured. A sharp mind is essential for success. With a mind as sharp as yours, you could even take over my business someday. Just imagining you as a pawnbroker is certainly an entertaining image, Luke.
I've always been the professor's apprentice, and I can't imagine doing anything else.
Eventually you should stop being the apprentice and start being like a professor yourself, dude.
I'm allergic to teaching.
Well, that's a shame. Okay, I think that's it for the night.
Sounds good. Make sure to save. Oh yeah,
No.
look.
What?
Okay.
What?
Well, you were talking last time about how you bet the icons were...
Yeah, they are.
Because we didn't
Yeah.
look at them last time.
We did not. That's great. That's awesome. I love this. I think it's
Well,
cute.
that's it for this week.
Professor, do you ever feel like you came in at the end? It's so true. Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching our difficulty with puzzles. Yeah, check for Aurora for sure. Okay. Have a good one, y'all. And
Bye.
bye.